Hey y'all, welcome to my channel. This is Dosha with DoshaDreamsTarot, and this is a reading for the collective. Alright, so if you even clicked on this video, I herald you because I feel like collective readings really don't get enough credit for how powerful they can be, okay? So the way that I like to do collective readings is that this is really about, we're getting the devil in reverse, baby. See, we're already off to a good start. So, what I like to do with collective readings and how I like to share it with y'all is that this reading can be for everybody and this reading can be for anybody, okay? So this reading can be on a macro scale where we're looking at the entirety of humanity, okay? Where we're looking at the world and what we're going through as a collective, right? But this also can really get specific, and it can be about specific individuals. Doesn't matter what your sign is, what your birth chart is. I do 12 zodiac signs weekly as well, all 12. So there's that, but I always do a collective reading as well as a cherry on top, okay? So no matter what your sign is, you know, please tune into the collective readings. And especially if you see them for, you know, other readers, there really can be a lot of nuggets of wisdom there because it can be for anybody and everybody, okay? So, so my channel is new, but I've been reading tarot for a long time, so over a decade. So please do support me and my channel. Please like, share, comment, or subscribe before you leave if you dig my vibe. Also wanted to say that, okay, all right, we're getting some stuff going. Just wanted to say that this message may or may not resonate with you, so just take what does and leave the rest for somebody else, because a lot of times there'll be a lot of messages coming through for a lot of different folks, and so not everything that comes through will resonate with you, but it doesn't mean that there won't be something in this message for you, okay? If it doesn't resonate, just go check your sun, moon, rising, or Venus signs, or really whatever sign you have in your chart if you're trying to look at a specific house or something that's going on for you. I want to say thank you so much, Spirit, for your divine messages and guidance. We are deeply grateful, and we know we couldn't do this without you. So would you please help guide the collective for their highest good? Please bless us and protect us as we move forward into this reading. Okay, also wanted to say that gender is fluid, so, you know, don't be attached to it, and also that energy is fluid and roles can be reversed, okay? So just keep that in mind moving forward. Anyway, thanks, said what I needed to say. Let's get to it. So, all right, for the collective, spirit, ancestors, guides, angels. Okay. All right, y'all. Okay, so here's what I'm seeing. We're off to a good start here, but as always, Spirit shines light for me on the things that we could stand to work on a little bit, or the things that we could put a little bit of energy and care and focus on, okay? We always have something to learn. We always have room for growth, okay? So just keep that in mind that, you know, we're going to look at the good, the bad, and the ugly, okay? We got the Two of Swords in reverse, y'all. So this is good. What I'm seeing is the release of a lot of stuck energy, okay? And there's a reason why that there are buzzwords and cliches and a certain amount of repetitive pattern that happens within the tarot community. So if you hear me say something like that and you're like, I hear everybody say that. Well, there's a reason for that. And it's because we are all on a collective flow, right? So there are patterns, okay? And especially with tarot, you know what I mean? We have only so many cards in the deck, and that's the type of energy we're working with here, okay? So we're talking about, you know, energy flow, what's going on with people, you know, when it comes to achieving goals, learning life lessons, you know, clearing out baggage, karmic cycles. This is the work that we do as tarot readers, and this is really what I feel like are focusing on as a collective right now as well. And that's the entire point, in my opinion, and from my knowledge and what I've experienced through life, that's what our life journey is about, you know, is like, what is our karmic baggage? How do we clear it up? And how do we achieve our goals and our purpose in this lifetime? So that's why I'm here for y'all, is to support you in this journey, okay? So I just wanted to lay that foundation. Okay, so what I'm seeing here is that we're really tuning into our intuition here, and I feel that we are looking at the areas where that we have failed, okay? And don't get too worried here, but the areas where that we have failed, where that we have rolled the dice and lost, okay, and where that we have made bad choices, okay, and the forks in the road where we took the wrong turn, okay, we're looking at those things now, and we're looking at bigger possibilities. How do we learn from our mistakes? How do we become unstuck from these karmic cycles so that we're not continuing to make the same mistakes again, right? So that's what I'm getting for y'all, and so I'll break it down for you. So we're getting the Eight of Swords in reverse. This is what I'm talking about, this coming undone. And in a lot of ways, I feel like, you know, and we're not seeing like the Tower yet. We'll see what happens. But what I'm seeing is that we are actually, we are overcoming the things that have had us in bondage, okay? And this can be things that, you know, are in our mind. It could just be our mentality, our perspective on life, our perspective on ourselves, the way we interact with the world, and the way that we move through the world. So this is changing, okay? But so when I'm talking about the areas that we've been unsuccessful and the wrong turns and where we've been stuck, like we want to turn that around, okay? And I feel like we're really going within, okay, with this Hermit card. And the Hermit talks about finding the guiding light within to walk through the valley of darkness, right? Like this is the journey, okay? We've got the Lovers in reverse here. And what I'm getting from the Lovers card in reverse is pretty literal, but it's also about decisions. It's about the choices we make, okay? So some of us may be feeling very regretful at this time, and I just want to encourage you to really love yourself right now, okay? That's a big one, is that you may have made decisions that you're not proud of and in the past. We all have, okay? And if someone tells you they haven't, you know, then you can tell them to, you know, go walk their high and mighty path then, because we've all made mistakes, okay? And small, big or small. Some people make small mistakes and it haunts them for the rest of their lives. Other people make big mistakes and they act like it never even happened, okay? So this is really all on an individual level. Like you'll know where you fit in this spectrum, okay? But just recognize that there have been situations where that you maybe chose the wrong person, okay? That can create a lot of regret when it comes to romantic relationships. This could even be that you betrayed a friend, is something I'm getting as well. This could be that you decided to go with another business partner and things didn't work out with that person. Whatever it is, this is about decisions that you made when it came to aligning yourself with others, okay? And you may have aligned yourself with people in the past who you now really regret having done that, okay? And so that could be coming up for people right now. With the Six of Wands in reverse here, this is really talking about those gambles that I was talking about, is that the areas that you maybe, maybe you did things for the wrong reason, okay, is something I'm getting, that maybe you did things for clout or for recognition or for, public accolades and stuff like that, right? And it didn't work out. There may have even been embarrassing situations where you failed miserably, okay? And like I said, Spirit is gonna show me all of it, okay? Like I don't, I'm not gonna gloss around what I'm getting. So what I'm getting is that there could have been situations where you made a choice, you dove into something too fast and you didn't have enough knowledge, or that you really were being arrogant, okay? And I'm sorry, because we've all been guilty of it at some point where we're like, okay, fake it till you make it. We're just gonna wing it and we'll just see how it goes. But if you did something that had other people on the line, okay, with this Lovers card in reverse, and it harmed other people, or you made decisions that you thought you were going to come out on top, okay, in a situation, and then you just flat out didn't. You could really be feeling the effects of that right now, is that you may be doing a little bit of a life review, okay, is what I'm getting. And you might be looking at the areas where that you can improve. And to do that, I feel like you're really having to tap into your intuition. You're having to tap into yourself, and you're really, I feel like, working out the kinks, okay, with this Eight of Swords in reverse. You're working out the kinks in your mentality, in your energy field. Like you're trying to release blockages. You're trying to see where it is that you know, have, you know, gone in a direction that you don't, you know, you're not proud of, okay? And this is good, okay? I just want to let you know, like, this is not, this can become a pitfall for a lot of people because it can be really, really painful to be disappointed in yourself, okay? And it can be really painful to have realizations about your behavior or your decisions over a long period of time and realize, like, wow, you know. And I just want to let you know that, like I said, this is really, really good. This is a huge opportunity, okay, with the Two of Wands. This is a huge opportunity for you to get in touch with your higher self, okay? Because this is what you're comparing your behavior to, okay? Is you're comparing it to what you know that you should have done, or something that, you know, or you didn't know at the time, but now you know what I mean? This is really about knowledge of the self, okay? And knowledge of it's really a spectrum, okay? So it's the knowledge of the deeper parts of ourselves, our unconscious motivations that really drive us to, you know, make decisions, and they can be selfish, and they can, you know, we could strike the match and watch it burn, you know what I mean? And then later realize, oh my God, like there was, you know, oh my God, I almost said something fucked up. I'm sorry. I hope you guys forgive me. But like, oh my God, there was a puppy in that house, okay? That's what I got. So please forgive me for that. But what I'm saying is that you maybe did some things that were reckless, and I don't want to like drive it home too much harder, because like I said, it can be really painful to look yourself in the mirror, okay, at the end of the day. But what I'm telling you is that this is an opportunity for you to really, truly get in touch with why it is that you made those decisions, and also what you want to do about it now, okay? This is a time of deep introspection with the Hermit card. This is a time of getting really, really in touch with your spirit and your intuition, your higher self, okay? And really, really untying yourself, okay, from this bondage, whatever it is that you know, have been bound to. Everybody has something, okay? That's why we're here. I don't think that, you know, I do believe even some spirits come here from elsewhere to like assist humanity, but that's part of their karma. Does that make sense? Like that's something maybe they're making up for bad decisions in a past life. You know what I mean? Does that make sense? I truly believe that we are here attempting to like reroute and rewire our spirits. This is really like a training ground in a lot of ways. And I feel like it's, that there's different levels to, you know, us unfolding as beings, you know what I mean? Like we have no idea what else is going on out there. And, you know, definitely my intuition is telling me that this is just one step in many steps, okay? But this is kind of like the last or second to last before you get somewhere, okay? But some people get stuck on this level because it's very difficult, okay? This is like you're facing off with the boss, okay? Does that make sense? You know, if you play video games, you know what I'm saying? Like that it's like the levels get more and more difficult, and this is a very difficult lesson learning kind of experience here on Earth. So just give me one sec. So don't beat yourself up. This is incredibly difficult. Many people do get stuck here, okay? And many people do make the same mistakes over and over again. And especially because they're too proud to look at themselves. Okay? So just keep that in mind, that if you're looking at this stuff and you're really truly trying to assess yourself, then you're already doing it. Okay, so don't beat yourself up. This is the journey, and this is totally what you should be doing. And it may be painful, and it may not feel good, but it is completely necessary to move forward. Okay? All right, so we're going to go ahead and clarify and get a little deeper. Thank you so much, Spirit, for these messages. We're deeply grateful, truly. Can we please help guide the collective for their highest good here? And we're going to go ahead and clarify the 8 of Swords for the collective. Can we clarify the 8 of Swords for the collective here? Beeper. Okay. Thank you so much if you've hung in for all of that really tough stuff, because like I said, Spirit wants me to talk about a lot of things all the things, okay? All right. Okay. Right. Okay. This is making sense to me here. I'm going to go ahead and touch on each one as I clarify, okay? So we've got the Seven of Wands at the bottom of the deck. Okay. I feel at this time you're recognizing where that you maybe have been codependent on others, okay? And I feel like you're starting to finally stake out your spot. Does that make sense? Where you're now, I feel like starting to, with the Seven of Wands, like really defend yourself energetically even. Like you could easily already be in a place of deep contemplation and separation from others with this Hermit card and the High Priestess. I'm getting that a lot of you are already doing that. Be careful not to over-isolate, but, you know, sometimes, oftentimes we really need to do that. And it's very important and it's very difficult for people to do because of this codependency, okay? We've got the Nine of Pentacles in reverse. So what that really talks about is a lack of being able to stand on your own 2 feet. Okay. And this is part of what has kept you stuck and perhaps, you know, made decisions in the past, right? So, but we're getting the Star card in reverse. This is really about losing your true north, right? That's how I look at this, at the Star card in reverse. This is really talking about falling out of touch with your purpose and falling out of touch with your connection to spirit and following that North Star to where it is that your spirit is guided to go, okay? And the Star card is also about balance and where you put your energy, okay? With the 2 pitchers being poured, one in the water and one on the land, you know what I mean? So you're focusing on your material, situation. You're also focusing on your emotional, spiritual situation, okay? So I feel like that is what this Eight of Swords in reverse is really talking about, is coming out of a state of, of lack and coming out of a state of, not feeling self-sufficient and coming out of feeling disconnected, right? So this is why this is clarifying the Eight of Swords, is because this is the focus, okay? The focus is on you being independent and self-sufficient and healthy, right? And happy with the Nine of Pentacles and having, all of the different facets that are necessary in order for you to actually receive your wishes, right? Is you have to create an environment for them to be able to be received and also to flourish there, right? You could wish and want like as much as you can for anything, but if there's not space for that in your life, or if it was to enter your life and it would just perish because you would squeeze it to death, right? then chances are most times the spirit withholds those blessings until that there is, until we're ready to receive them. And I know that's hard because we are not taught this in school. And this is the thing that really, where I get frustrated, because we're all, this is what I'm trying to say this, is because we are all to a certain extent victims of an under spiritually, undereducated society when it comes to spirituality. We are totally lacking in that area completely. And I feel like religion for a lot of people is the closest thing they get to a spiritual understanding, or at least something that's taught to them by their parents or in school, So if you were raised by parents who had a spiritual understanding, like, you know what I mean, you're definitely off to an advantage to a certain extent. So we're we're spiritually disadvantaged, okay? So what I'm trying to tell you is that you don't need to feel bad about this stuff. Maybe after you got to a certain point in your spiritual understanding and you still made decisions that you knew weren't good for you or anybody else, and you're feeling lots of regret, like, you know what I mean? That's for some of you. And then for others of you, you just literally didn't know. You know what I mean? So when I say that, like, spirit is withholding your blessings until you create the environment that really will receive them, like, that's not your fault. Because if you didn't know that and you're just sitting there going, God, like, why do I feel so lonely? Why do I feel, I don't know where I'm going in life? Why do I feel disconnected from spirit? I don't, you know what I mean? I feel lost. I feel, that's literally, like, I don't know where my true north is, okay? Like, that is a symptom, okay? I just want to let you know, like, that doesn't mean that you deserve it or that you did anything wrong to begin with. It is a symptom of a spiritually disadvantaged society, okay? And I'm just felt like I needed to reiterate that to y'all so that you're not feeling this heaping amount of responsibility that's not fair to you, because it's not your fault that things are so, like, that you weren't given that knowledge, okay? So anyway, moving on. I don't want you guys to sit here and be like really soaking in this regret, okay? Because this is important self-reflection time, and so everything is going to come up. And also I want you to look at the areas where that you are passionate and you do have ideas for the future, okay? We're going to get into it, but Spirit's asking me to work through this really hard stuff, and then we're going to get into it and see what's coming for us in the future, okay? And the outcomes of doing this work, okay? So that you have a light at the end of the tunnel, so that you have something to grip onto that's going to help pull you out of these dark places, all right? So you don't end up feeling, like this is a never-ending story of failure, okay? Because it's not, all right? It's not. This is just it's just the stepping stones up the friggin' spiritual path, okay? And it can be really grueling sometimes, but when you reach those plateaus, baby, and you get those views, like, it's worth the climb, okay? It is fucking worth the climb. So just keep going. There's no point in turning back now, because you know what's back there. The only thing you don't know is what is in front of you, okay? So anyway, I'm here to encourage you guys. I'm your cheerleader, okay? And I'm literally right here with you. Like, it's not like I'm up on my high horse looking down at all you guys, like, walking your spiritual path and being like, come on, y'all, just a little further up the way, like, I'm literally right here with you, okay? Like, we're side by side, we're equals, okay? Like, this is just a little gift that I've been given, and I am literally forced to share with you guys. I've tried not to. I've tried to be selfish, and I've tried to hide, and Spirit's saying, look, dude, this gift is something that you, like, literally part of your purpose is for you to share. And so the reason why I've been in a poverty mentality is because I haven't been acknowledging my true north. You know what I mean? So it's like, and people will hate you for it too. If you've got a similar thing going on where that you want to help others, people will resent you for trying to help them a lot of times, because you're shining light on the stuff they don't want to look at, okay? So if you relate to that, just know that, like, you may have tried in the past to help people and it didn't work out because they weren't ready to receive your help. But trust me, you were planting seeds everywhere along the way, like Johnny frickin' Appleseed, okay? And now those are starting to sprout. Some of them even got apples coming in this season. You know what I'm saying? So just don't ever feel like that everything was a waste, or that when things went wrong that it was totally fruitless, because that's not the truth at all, okay? And because now you're looking at this stuff and you're actually seeing the lesson in it. And that is the fruit. The fruit is the lesson. And that will actually is preparing you for the next thing that comes down the line. So then you're not going to make the same mistake again, because you did the work to look at it all. And now you're going to say, well, shit, in the past, when I, was interacting with someone and they acted like that, this is how it turned out. So now that I see this business partner and they're acting arrogant, they're acting, like they know everything, they're acting kind of like a bully, now I know, oh, well, if I get into business with that person, then they're just going to try and take over my business or steal my ideas or whatever it is, okay? You know what I'm saying? So now you're not going to be dependent on anybody. Like with this Nine of Pentacles in reverse, a lot of times we make decisions because we feel like we need people, okay? We feel like we need someone. They manipulate us into thinking we need them to fulfill our purpose, and that's just not the case. We are an interdependent species, okay? We do need each other. But if somebody is toxic or you know what I mean, or is the wrong person to walk the path with, then no, we do not need them. It is actually to our detriment that we interact with those people. So let's go ahead and get into it. What is the Lover's card in reverse doing here? 1 second, y'all. What are we seeing? What did I tell y'all? Literally, 5 of Cups. We're having regrets now. Now we're looking at our decisions and we're having regrets. And like I said, this is not a bad thing, but it can be very painful, okay? Especially if we feel like we have lost time with somebody. We have lost an opportunity with somebody. We don't know how to get it back. We maybe even mistreated people. And so we're like, well, how do we make it right? You know, because here's the thing is that, and for everybody out there, this is a collective reading. So there may be some of you who were the ones who were mistreated and you regret having like gotten into a situation with someone to the point where they could mistreat you, right? So maybe making the wrong decision, walking down a path and being mistreated, right, by that person, okay? So this is part of the regret. But the other part, okay, for y'all is people who, those of you who have chosen to mistreat others, okay, for whatever your reason, it doesn't matter, okay, but for whatever reason that you ended up mishandling or mistreating somebody, okay, and this can be from all levels. I don't know how many of y'all would actually be watching tarot right now who, you know, have really taken it to that point, okay, and y'all know what I'm talking about. I don't want to trigger anybody, that you feel regretful now for having done that to those people, okay. This is a dual regret, okay? Both parties involved, okay? So this is coming up because I feel like people do regret having been in the situation, and people regret having done that, okay? So this is the perpetrator and the one who was mistreated, okay? So Spirit's trying to say, look, this, I'm going to get another card for this, but basically Spirit is trying to say that this is something that you can't, okay, it's hard. It's really, really hard. It's really, really hard, okay? Here's the deal. You can't change the past, okay? And the fact that you're regretful of it just shows that you, first off, that you care about yourself and you recognize the personal responsibility of making decisions and ending up in situations. And I'm not saying that it justifies it by any means. It was responsibility of two, okay, or more. But this is the responsibility of both parties. So I feel like when you feel regretful that you trusted somebody, you know, or you feel regretful that you know, didn't see the red flags and you let yourself get in really deep with somebody only to realize that they're, you know, have abusive tendencies, right? That's taking personal responsibility, and that's important in your healing process no matter what happened to you, okay? And what I'm saying is that there's situations where there was literally nothing you could have done and that it was completely not your fault at all. There are situations like that, but you may still be feeling like, why didn't I take a different street? You know what I mean? Why didn't I, you know what I mean, call an Uber instead of walking, you know, or why didn't, you know what I mean? Like, and I'm sorry, y'all, I don't want to trigger anybody and it breaks my heart, you know what I mean? Like, we all, you know, it's just so difficult. I don't want to get stuck in this because this is the point. The point is that for those who have actually done the thing, okay, those who, you know what I mean, betrayed someone, say that you abandoned someone, you cheated on someone, you chose somebody over somebody else, it doesn't matter, you know what I mean? Whatever you did to harm another person, you made a bad choice, okay? It's just flat out, you made a bad fucking choice. It can be really painful to be the perpetrator. Like, make no mistake, okay? And here's something that I think is really, really hard for people to look at, is that you may, you know, have gotten to a point in your healing process where you don't care if someone's sorry or not. You know what I mean? You're like, I'm still going to heal and move on regardless, and I don't need you to apologize to me about it. You know what I mean? And that's a very powerful place to be. But also, if you knew that somebody did feel regretful, how would that change the narrative? Just consider it. Consider it. How would that change the way that you look at the decisions that people make? Okay? And the reason why I'm saying this is because we make decisions for all sorts of reasons. And when we're not in our right mind, or when we're struggling with mental health issues, there's such a myriad of reasons why people make bad decisions, okay, that they then regret later, sometimes for the rest of their life. You know, and that can be a place that's so difficult, especially when we're we're in a society that's very punitive, okay? We're really into punishing people for their mistakes and never letting them live it down, okay? This is a very scary place to be when you've made a mistake, and especially if you don't feel like you can make it right. And this can be really small. This can be that you've said the wrong thing to somebody, okay? You know what I mean? This is a spectrum for the collective, okay? And this is why collective readings are so powerful, in my opinion, because this is something that involves everybody, and the spectrum is here, okay? So we're seeing from small scale to large scale, okay? There could be people who've made really terrible decisions in business as well. I don't know why I'm getting that, where that you've done things that you know directly harmed other people, and you feel regretful about it. So regret is the first step in making something right, okay? Remorse is the next, right? And then we move forward into, what's the word? I want to say recompense, but I don't think that's the right word. Okay, so, not retribution either. Fuck. Like, reconciliation is the last and most difficult step to get to, okay? But making it right involves action, okay? And involves doing something. And if it's something that you can't actually make right with that person, then you make it right the next time around. The next time you encounter a situation, you know what I mean? Where that somebody is vulnerable and somebody is, in a situation where you know what I mean? Like, change your approach. Change the way that you are, okay, with other people. Pay your employees a living wage. You know what I mean? Like, this is about, shit, I feel really dumb. I'm sorry. I shouldn't say that, but I'm trying to think of what the word is. It's okay. Thank you, Spirit. Okay, Six of Swords in reverse. Some of y'all might find it really hard to move on from this, okay? And that's incredibly common, okay? This is absolutely 100%. Like, this is, I think, why I've also spent so much time on this card, because this is where we're untying the knots, okay? We're untying where that we feel bound to our decisions, okay? Or the decisions of others that have impacted us, okay? Because forgiveness is one of the hardest things to do, okay? I don't know why I'm really stuck on that, because it's not like I don't know what the word is, but I feel so dumb for not being able to think of it. I keep thinking retributions. I don't know what it is, but it's fine. Okay. So it can be hard to move on from, but we're going to do it. We're going to move on from it. Okay, we're going to learn from our decisions. We're going to make better. We're going to do what we can. It's really about restoration. Okay, that's the word. So it's really about restoration. Okay, we're trying to restore the balance. Okay, we're trying to how do we assist people in healing, and how do we heal ourselves? Because we know that when we make decisions consciously to harm other people, it's because there's something going on within us, okay? Seriously, I just got 3333 on the timekeep, so just maybe want to look that up, but yeah, that's really what needs to happen. So if you're in a situation where you regret you made a bad decision and you feel like you missed an opportunity or you harmed somebody, like, just know that, like, restoration is possible, okay? And this is about restorative justice rather than punitive justice, okay? And you maybe don't know how to navigate that, or you're not sure what to do in order to make things better, but, like, trust and believe, like, this regret will eat you up if you don't do something about it. And it can just start from within, but if you need to reconcile with a community of people because you've done something that's just, like, really, really awful, you need to reconcile with the collective because you're I doubt any big CEOs are watching my tarot readings, but I'm just saying, if you've really fucked up, like, you have a long way to go, but you can do it, okay? All right, so we're going to move on from that. And also, for those of you who have been harmed, forgiveness is possible, and you just have to believe in it, okay? All right, we're going to move on. So we're going to go ahead and do the Six of Wands, and I do have to keep these readings under an hour. Sometimes they go over, but it makes it very difficult to upload. I am working hard for y'all. This is not, I don't just go beepity boop and upload a video. Like, it takes a lot of work, unfortunately, and I'm getting ready to upgrade so that I can make that process easier. But you know what I mean? I really do put in a lot of effort for y'all, so I hope that you like, share, comment, subscribe. It's a free way to support me and my channel, yeah, let's get it popping. So, okay, Six of Wands in reverse, Spirit. Can we please, can we talk about the Six of Wands in reverse? Why is the Six of Wands in reverse here, Spirit? Six of Wands in reverse. Okay, well, I guess we're going to take all four, actually. So, yeah, Nine of Wands at the bottom of the deck. That makes perfect sense with this Six of Wands in reverse, because this is talking about, yeah, I feel like in a lot of ways being, when things don't work out for us, we do get a bit of a chip on our shoulder, okay? So, I'm just going to run through these really quickly. So, we've got the Empress in reverse here. We got the Page of Swords, Eight of Cups in reverse, Nine of Swords in reverse, and the Chariot in reverse. Okay. So, I feel like some of y'all are doing some research here to try and ease your anxiety, all right? This is things that, this is about the things that, haven't been able to move forward, okay? Sorry about that, y'all. So basically, with the Chariot card in reverse, Nine of Swords in reverse, it's like, I feel like this is really just like coming to terms, I'm getting, with the fact that that you have tried your hand at things and it didn't work out. It wasn't able to move forward. I feel like with this Page of Swords, it could be, like I was saying before, is that like just a lack of knowledge or information moving into a situation that could have, contributed to this. So I think Spirit is really encouraging you to just do your research before you start a project. And I know that can be some of the most tedious parts. And so you may have like this really big idea and you're like, oh my God, this idea is amazing. This will totally work. And then it's really just formulating that idea into a presentable business plan so that you can have proof of concept, or that you can have something that is tangible for other people to see so that you can gain investors. Or, if you have the money but you don't work through the kinks enough and you just throw money at a project, and maybe you don't hire the right people, and then you end up with a project that fails. And then once something fails, it's like really hard. You lose the win in your sales. You really do. And then you're like, oh God, okay, it didn't work out. So, so I'm getting that it was hard to walk away from, with this Eight of Cups in reverse, that it's hard to walk away from situations that you maybe really, really valued in the past, but that didn't bring you any abundance, with this Empress card in reverse. So Spirit is saying that if you want to do this thing, you just need to do a little bit more research here. You know what I mean? And with the swords coming out, the Page of Swords and the Nine of Swords in reverse, that's what I'm getting, is that the more information you have, the less anxiety you're going to have about this situation, and like the more prepared you will be to succeed. Okay. So that is the first half of the reading, okay? So like I said, we're gonna whip through this and pull out some oracle cards, because I really don't want to run out of time here. I want to be able to upload this reading because I already had a long reading that was amazing that I just, for the love of God, could not upload. So Spirit, thank you so much for these messages. Please help guide the collective for their highest good, and please show us why the High Priestess is here. Please show us why the High Priestess is here, Spirit. Please show us. Okay. Okay. Yeah, this is talking about clarity. Okay, yeah. Five of Wands in reverse. Okay, what I just got was stop fighting yourself on this. That's what I just got. And especially we're talking about regrets, okay? Stop fighting yourself on this. get some clarity here, because I feel like your long-term investments and your stability and your happiness is really dependent on your ability to speak the truth, see the truth, know the truth, and your happiness is on the line as well, okay? So here's what I'm getting, is that your intuition is telling you something here, and you may not be listening to it. And I know it can be really difficult. We can mix up our intuition with our paranoia. We can mix up our intuition with our fear. We can mix up our intuition with our desire, okay? That can really fuck with our intuitionists too, excuse my language. So you've got the 10 of Pentacles coming out in the reverse. The King of Pentacles, okay? You could be dealing with an earth sign. It doesn't have to be. You could be an earth sign. Ace of Swords. And the 9 of Cups in reverse. So this is what I'm talking about when I say that your happiness and your stability, your long-term investments, really are hinging on your ability to know, see, speak the truth, okay? That's what I'm getting more than anything. This King of Pentacles is really coming through as somebody that you might be, like I said, this is for the collective, but this could be somebody that you might be dealing with who is a really good option for moving forward with in some way, shape, or form. This could be emotional fulfillment within a romantic partnership. This could be business investor. This could be somebody who could be a business partner. But it's going to be really important for you to, and this is what I'm getting. Okay, Spirit is giving you the Ace of Swords, okay? You are going within and you're getting in touch with your intuition. You're doing the work on your side. Spirit is going to meet you in the middle. That's how it works, is that Spirit doesn't just leave you hanging where it's like, all right, kid, like, here's these buckets of water, haul them to the top. You know what I mean? It's like Spirit is, you do your part of the work, you know what I mean? And you reach out and you shake hands in the middle, okay? And Spirit will bring you the information, okay, and the clarity. You just step forward and say, hey, you know what I mean? Like, I need some information and some clarity. Let me, like, you know what I mean, cleanse my energy. Let me, cleanse my body, become a vessel so that I am able to actually receive this information. And I think that's a big one that people don't, with this King of Pentacles, this is talking about the body, like our physical world, our environment. So like if you're in a filthy apartment, you know what I mean, and you're not taking care of yourself and you're eating junk food every day, like you are less likely to have clarity because it's affecting your mental chemistry, okay? It's affecting the chemical processes in your brain, and your environment is not conducive to getting in touch with yourself on a spiritual level. And that's just the reality. And it sucks because a lot of times we're busy, or we don't have the financial ability to feed ourselves well, But here's the thing. If there's a will, there is a way, okay? You absolutely can go to the Dollar Tree and buy some cleaning supplies. You absolutely can go to, your local discount grocery store and buy some vegetables. Like, vegetables are cheap, y'all. So I'm just giving you, like, you know what I mean, a little sprinkles, okay, here and there about what you can do to, get this clarity, okay? So your happiness and your long-term, your legacy, your health, your home, all that stuff is tied into this, okay? And you can, this is what I'm saying, is that I feel like our spiritual path is really, really important. And not just that, but like when it comes to our connection with the energetic side of life, okay? And so, a lot of times we can really scoff at it because, and I'm even guilty of this, I even make fun of the spiritual community sometimes because of the garbage I hear. And that's because that there are people who take advantage of others, and there's people who are, are just not truthful when it comes to the way that things work or the way that things are. And a lot of times, if we are in a place of needing information, of needing guidance, we can receive information that's just not accurate because we're receiving it from a false teacher. And then we go and we try our hand at it like, oh, why am I not manifesting, and it's because like that person really set you up for failure because you were looking to them instead of looking to yourself and looking to Spirit, because that's really what's most important. And we can teach and guide one another, but we have to make sure that we are actually in a place to do that. You know what I mean? Like we can't just be throwing shit around willy-nilly, excuse my language. Like, I've worked really hard and gone through a lot of hell to get to this point where that I now have these nuggets of wisdom, and I'm still trying to implement them every single day of my life. Every day is a journey, you know? So I'm just saying, God. Okay, so anyway, you know, gain the clarity, work on yourself, clear your body out is something I'm getting. You can do that just by drinking more water, you know? Okay, hold on just one second, y'all. Oh, wow. Check it out. We got the World card coming out over the Two of Wands, which I see the Two of Wands as looking out into the world with passion and desire and possibilities, okay? And so the World card coming out is telling me that that's exactly what's going on right now, is that this is an opportunity. This is not something to be, what's the word? Embarrassed about. This is not something to be, you know, upset about, regretful of, all that sort of thing. Like, that's part of the process. So allow yourself to feel it, but recognize that you actually have the power in your own two hands to change your life and to change your world, to change the entire world, okay? Because if we all did that in our own little personal lives, that would overflow and overlap, and we would all be working together in harmony, okay? And this is the journey. This is part of the journey, is the individual evolution of each soul, right? And then the collective evolution of the entirety of humanity, okay? The plants and animals are fine, okay? Like, they are a gift to us on our journey, okay? They're fine. They don't need any kind of spiritual guidance, all right? Like, you know, I'm saying that we negatively impact them a lot of the times. Unfortunately, with our misguided decisions, we can impact them, and then there becomes disharmony in the animal kingdom because of us, okay? It all comes back to us. We are the reflection of spiritual, of how do I explain this? We are the reflection of energy unfolding, right? And it's it's a lot, but it's the truth, and it's okay. All right, don't get overwhelmed. Just know that we have personal responsibility, you know, and it will pay off also. If we do this, it will actually work to our benefit too. It's not all just for everybody else. It's for us too, okay? So you need to learn how to stand on your own 2 feet by doing these things. And I swear, you do these 3 or 4 things, right? So, like, you know, eating better, drinking more water, moving your body more. We all know this stuff. But it's really about implementing it. And once you actually do start doing it, you're going to see that the energy is going to start flowing through you better. If you have any unhealthy habits like drinking, smoking, etc., right? Like, these are coping mechanisms, they're addictions. It makes sense. Okay, I'm literally this, it makes complete sense because this is what we're all going through as a collective, okay? But as soon as we're able to overpower those things and transcend those things, we actually are going to see that we have so much personal power, because those are some of the most difficult things and challenges that we face, our addictions. And when we face them and we are actually overcoming them, then it empowers us even more, and we realize, well, what else could I do? If I can do that, what the fuck else can I do? You know what I mean? It's empowering, okay? So let's go ahead and clarify the Hermit card. Thank you so much, Spirit. These two, okay? Okay. That's really not resonating, Spirit. Should I keep them? Yeah? Okay, shit. Okay. Sometimes it's just a roundabout way to get somewhere, okay? So we've got the 4 of Cups in reverse here. So, okay, this is really talking about taking opportunities. And like the 4 of Cups there. So I feel like that's just a sprinkle because it doesn't really get with this part, but that's just in general. So we've got the Queen of Wands in reverse and the Knight of Wands. The 9 of Wands. It sounded like I said the Knight, so I wanted to clarify. So, so what I'm getting here is really about looking at the places within ourselves where we're defensive, okay? Maybe even everything I just said when I was talking about this World card and the 2 of Wands and overcoming addictions and stuff, that might have triggered some of y'all, okay? And I want to say that I get it, and I'm sorry to a certain extent, okay? Because, like I said, I'm literally right here alongside you guys. This is not me being like, oh my God, I'm drinking more water and so now I feel better. Like that, yeah, that's actually literally true. Thank God, you know? And not because I'm amazing and I figured some shit out. It's like, no, because all these other people trod this path in front of me and have been literally trying to tell me to do this shit for years and years. And I finally put my defenses down and went within and faced the regret and faced the pain and finally was like, okay, I need to take charge, because if I don't, this is my happiness and my life on the line here. If I don't do this stuff, if I don't take care of myself. And it's the same thing for every single one of us, you know? So this isn't just like, you know, a me situation. This is an us situation, okay? And that's why we're talking about it, okay? So we've got the Queen of Wands coming out in reverse. This is really talking about having a lack of personal power, okay? This lack of confidence. We're looking at, why am I defensive? First off, this is why it's coming out over the Hermit card, is that, why am I defensive? Okay, going within and really figuring it out. Is it because somebody manipulated you and misused your energy in the past, led you in the wrong direction, told you things that weren't true? You know what I mean? Or is it because you're afraid of people seeing who you really are, because you've made mistakes in the past and, you know, you have done bad things or whatever it is, so you're afraid to open up because you're like, you know, like, I need to protect myself, because if people know about that stuff, then they're going to talk and it's going to, you know what I mean, create ripple effect in my life and I'm not going to be able to escape from it. You know what I mean? Like, these are real fears for people who have made mistakes, okay? This is very real. So, you know, we have to have compassion of people for a certain extent, because people do make mistakes and then have remorse, regret, and try and do the right thing and reconcile and have restoration and all those sorts of things. And if people don't allow them to, then they are forever stuck in their mistake and they can't ever come out the other side. And that's just, to me, is heartbreaking, okay? The whole situation is heartbreaking. The reasons why people do things to harm others, those who are harmed, and then the reconciliation process after harm has been done. It's just, the entire thing is heartbreaking for all parties involved. And I do have compassion for all parties, and that's really hard. Fuck, you know what I mean? But it doesn't mean that you let those people close to you. So this is part of the reason why we're defensive, okay? Is because it's hard to forgive, it's hard to reconcile, it's hard to listen to guidance when it's being offered to us. It's hard for us to be honest with ourselves. Like, this is just a lot of like, I've been hurt, you know what I mean? And I can't allow that to happen again, okay? But this is really, really limiting our potential. This is limiting our personal power and our confidence, okay? Because we're afraid that something's going to happen again. So then we block ourselves. We block ourselves off from, thank you, Spirit. We block ourselves off from our blessings, from growth, and it's understandable. Like, don't beat yourself up for any of this, y'all. Like, that's the thing, is like, don't beat yourself up for any of this. Just look at it, go within, get the clarity, and then you have to actually take action and make decisions that change it. You know what I'm saying? And it can seem insurmountable. And if some of y'all are sitting here watching this reading and you feel really like alone and you don't even know where to start, like, I'm not even trying to be an asshole right now, but like, seriously, there are sliding scale therapists who can help you with this stuff, you know? And sometimes it's hard to find the right therapist. Some of y'all might even had bad run-ins with therapy. With this Nine of Wands, you're feeling defensive towards people who have advice for you because they were people who did not have your best interest at heart, or they just suck at their job or whatever. That's real. But I'm just saying that that's just coming to me. So Spirit's asking me to share that with y'all. So we're going to pull some oracle cards now and wrap up this reading. Whew, this was a tough one. Holy shit. Excuse my language. I really wish I could have uploaded my last reading because it was like very encouraging, but there's different energy every day and we're looking at all this stuff all the time. And so, you know, this is really just what Spirit wanted me to talk about tonight. And I hope that it really helped and resonated with some of y'all on a level where you realize that, like, there's things you can do to overcome this regret. There's things you can do to gain clarity on what to do next, okay? How to make things right if that's what you want to do, okay? And even for yourself, just making things right within yourself, okay? Oh my God. I can't even make this stuff up, y'all. My outer experiences are a reflection of my internal condition. I'm sorry, I'm just taking a deep breath because that's literally... This is the truth that we need to face. That if we don't go within, this is going to keep playing out in our physical world, in our everyday life, okay? And I'm not trying to scare you, because I know that can be really scary, where you're like, oh God, well, if I don't figure this out, and then there's urgency and there's stress, and that, no, okay? I'm just saying that it can be as simple as touching your finger to your tongue. I don't know why Spirit's giving me that. That's really, really weird. Okay, that's really weird. Make sure your hands are clean. But like, the reason why I say that is because these tiny points of interaction, these tiny moments, these moments where that we pick a blade of grass, okay? This is what Spirit's giving me. It's like this, I almost said the sensual nature of our experience, okay? Which is kind of weird. It's not weird because you're sensing the world around you, sensual, okay? So a lot of people, sensuality and sexuality are like go hand in hand, and so people aren't able to separate the two. But sensuality is really, the essence of interacting physically, like you have with your five senses, okay? And that's not to exclude anybody, But what I'm saying is, I'm trying not to get long-winded, because now that the video's cut, I want to make sure I don't end up going over an hour. But all I wanted to say was, it's tiny moments that can bring you back to yourself and who you are. Yeah. When I think I've surrendered, I surrender more. Definitely surrender more here. Like if you're feeling all pent up and tied up, like that's the whole point. So we're releasing that. Releasing what we're tied to, releasing the regret, releasing the pain of past failures, and gaining clarity from the inside so that we can end old cycles and drop our karmic baggage, okay, and look out into the world at new possibilities, okay, and regain our personal power and let our defenses down, because, it's really preventing us from feeling confident in the world. So we have to be willing to admit we're wrong. We have to be willing to admit we did something that we regret. We have to be willing to try, to reconcile within ourselves first. Okay, when I lean towards love, I am led, okay? This is really important, because I feel like a lot of us are looking for guidance here with this Star card in reverse. Okay, y'all. I am going to pull one card here just to end it, okay? Oh my gosh. Okay. This, I feel like, is a message directly from Spirit to you. Okay. Look deep within your heart and you will feel my love. My love for you is as deep as the ocean. No matter who you are, what you've done, where you've been, Spirit loves you, seriously. And this is a journey that you are definitely not alone in. Do some research. You may even find that there are a lot of people who have, been through the situation that you've been through. And you may be able to find a little bit of solace and peace in that, and also a way forward. All right. Blessings be to y'all, and I'll see you again next time.